The fraud definitely listens to ASMR daily. Not before this video, I didn't. Now? Yeah. Hey, it's me, Sharon. And I'm so excited to finally react to this video because it's the video that changed my life. I know that sounds dramatic, but kind of true, because this video is the reason why I have a YouTube channel and am making ASMR content to this day. Now, for those of you who have no idea who I am, welcome. A quick little history about me is that I basically was in this Jubilee video that we're about to watch, and because of everyone's crazy amount of support, I created an ASMR channel because of that, and now make a bunch of content around travel and cultures and languages. So yeah, let's react. To prepare for this occasion, I brought popcorn. Literally freshly made it. Okay, let's dive in, shall we? Do we want to read any of the comments before I start? Sharon is literally like the student that didn't study at all, but somehow aced the test. For the record, I was always jealous of people that didn't study and ace the test, so it kind of feels good to be on the other side for one. A lot of comments about the judges being rude. To be honest, I don't think they ever intended to be rude, and I couldn't see them reacting to me. So, they just didn't know what to expect. So the reason I'm making this video now is because it's the anniversary of when it first came out 2 years ago. It's kind of nuts to think about it. And holy guacamole, over 5 million views. That's kind of nuts. Oh, forewarning that the whole video itself, if you've never seen it, is not entirely ASMR. So, yeah. Like when the judges are talking, there's going to be a mixture of ASMR and not ASMR stuff. So,
if you remember in childhood, whenever a friend would play with your hair, it was a very soothing thing, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was too much of a hassle.
yes. Expert amateur fraud.
Hey everyone, I'm Atoki.
And I'm Mel.
And today we have a brand spanking new series right here on Jubilee.
So what is the series about?
Basically, our goal is to figure out who's faking it and who the real expert is. Today, we have a very special episode. ASMR.
What?
Hello everybody. GB. Cardi B.
My name is Grace. I am 20 years old, and I am a full-time ASMR content creator.
My name's Trek, I'm 20, and I'm a full-time college student.
My name is Sharon. I'm 26 years old, and I do marketing.
What is ASMR?
It's basically just visuals and audio that can create relaxation. Some people describe it as kind of like a numbing, like goosebump sensation that they can experience.
A lot of times it's like whispering, or people are doing small taps on things.
Yeah, that's how I knew ASMR. It was just whispering or taps on things at the time. But little did I know it's much more than that.
I think the whole point of ASMR is just like create like a pleasant experience for someone.
Are there any stereotypes?
No, this question.
Yes, I think people think that there's maybe like a arousal component related to it.
I was like, I really hope they don't use that answer in the video, and of course they did. Because I was just like, oh, like, that's kind of like a thing I heard before. And yeah, I know.
There are over 300 ASMR videos uploaded an hour to YouTube, but those are just a small percentage of the amount of triggers that are out there.
So today we're gonna be listening to 3 different performances to figure out who's who. Are you ready for our first performance?
Yeah.
One of the things that I wish they did, and I think a lot of people noted this, is I wish they didn't tell the audience, the viewers watching, who is expert, who is amateur, and who is fraud, because I feel like that would have made it more fun and interesting for you to guess too. Which, by the way, they reintroduced the series. Jubilee brought it back. So they have a bunch of new episodes on other topics now, and they did listen to that audience feedback, and now they have you, as the viewer, also guess who's expert, amateur, fraud. So, yay.
Let's do this.
All right, here we go.
This is actually the first time I'm listening to it with headphones, and now I really feel the binaural.
Going to do that I like to start out with is mind and body connection. A tad bit of mindfulness, so being aware of mind and body sensations, thoughts, tension. We tend to carry a lot of tension in our face. So being able to just relax the brow bones, whether you're scrunching your forehead, your nose, whether you're making a fist with your hands, just being able to be present and aware. And sometimes
Grace is so good, and it's just crazy that at the time that I was there, I didn't even know like who she was. I didn't know anything really about the ASMR community and all the different creators. So I was like, oh, she seems nice. I like met her after we all performed.
that's hard to do. So the first trigger that is quite popular that I think I'm going to use is mic brushing. So it's as simple as brushing the mic. Some people enjoy it, others don't.
Their mics were super sensitive in that studio, like more sensitive than this one, for sure.
We can actually grab a hairbrush. If you remember in childhood, whenever a friend would play with your hair, or your mom would do your hair in the morning, it was a very soothing thing, or maybe it wasn't, maybe it was too much of a hassle. But sometimes people like to add in trigger words. Trigger words are words that are just relaxing.
Even the way that Grace is speaking about it, I feel like you can tell she's the expert. Kind of talking about the type of things people like to listen to, and
Knowing that it's going to be okay. Now this one, a lot of people enjoy. Snip, snip.
it's funny how they're trying to guess the props, which actually, so it's like, it's a double game for them, like, who's the expert and what's the prop?
One of the last things I'll be bold is some pop rocks. My hands are shaky, so I don't know if I can get any. Let's see.
I loved this. I love the pop rocks.
Some people enjoy it. Some do not. I like to end with affirmations, which is things along the lines of, it's okay not to be okay. Know that you are loved, that you are love. And if nobody has told you today, know that I am so very proud of you. It's going to be okay. That it's going to be okay. That it's going to be okay.
Those affirmations were fire. I didn't even know affirmations were a thing either at the time. And so I was like, oh. And by the way, like, listening to this for the first time, also with headphones, like, it just makes the experience like 10 times better. So, dang.
Wow. Like, I don't want to talk loud.
Yeah, I know.
That was crazy.
I just didn't know what to expect.
Oh, at the beginning, it was like too much. I was
Yeah.
like, what is this?
I think my body just couldn't choose between like, should I like relax? Like it felt like a guided meditation, or should I just, like I felt tingly the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I like kind of started getting into it a little
Yeah.
bit, especially near the end where she's like words of affirmation.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. She definitely brought up some like keywords like triggers. Like that's a big thing within ASMR, right? Going from like left channel to right channel.
Yeah.
I felt like she had a good grip of things. The only parts that I was like,
I wonder if he has watched ASMR before, because he already knew things like triggers and a little bit. Maybe he did some research before.
I don't know, is when she was like, some people like don't like this. I don't know what, she's like kept saying, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah. For me, if I had to categorize her, it'd be, I'd actually put her under expert or amateur. I don't think she's a fraud.
I would say expert right now.
Okay.
Just right now, yeah.
Do you think your expertise came across during that show?
I mean, I hope that it did.
Are you ready for a
Oh,
performance?
Grace. She's
Yeah,
so
my ears are ready.
sweet.
They're tingled up.
Here we go.
Truck. Yes. Got my food ASMR with his food. So obviously we can tell the judges may not necessarily be enjoying the food ASMR, the eating ASMR, but you know, there's different ASMR for different folks. It's okay. Oh man, that startled me for a sec. But like it sounded good. I do like that the judges were also being quiet during it or whispering when they were trying to react while listening to it. Maybe I should have reacted to this blindly so I could have experienced what the judges did. That sounds really good to me, actually. But they're not liking that one. And maybe keep in mind, like, the judges were listening to this live, right? It's possible that the audio levels were even higher, you know, before editing, so. Because I'm telling you, these mics were sensitive. What is that? That looks delicious. What is that? Also, isn't like the lighting and setup in there amazing? There's so many lights.
Wow. Yo, that person was hungry.
Yeah. I could hear the saliva, and she's like, I think it's a she, but it made me.
You can tell somebody's gender by their eating.
That was pretty fun.
But for me, when I was listening to it, like I started salivating,
Oh.
and I was like, I felt like I was mimicking the moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would consider myself an amateur. I really like food, so being able to watch people just like eating the food makes me feel like I'm eating the food itself. So
I'm just gonna jump the gun and say
good.
that I think this is the amateur.
Me
Or
too.
sorry, maybe not the amateur.
The fraud.
The fraud.
Yeah. Based on the first person, there was more like a routine, right? I feel this person was like, oh, there's this thing. I'll do this with this.
Debatable.
Oh, there's a soda.
Yeah.
But then-
Yo, like the soda, that was too much. Like
That was too much?
I think I nailed like the fizzy drink when I like poured it. That was I thought that was pretty good. So
I agree.
Well, I
with
kind of liked it because when the pouring happened, I was like, I thought I was being like going down this water slide, and the waves were just hitting me.
How do you feel the performance went?
I did have some hiccups, but I think I did well. I did everything that I like wanted to do. So I would say like I would give myself like a good job.
For the record, Truck, you did amazing. So, you know, like you should definitely think about going back into ASMR because I see you've stopped doing it. So you should definitely go back into it. Oh. Got to do that. Thumbs up.
It's me. Welcome to Sharon Shares. I welcome some flutters and tingles for you.
I was just trying to use like triggers and things I'd quickly like kind of like on the surface learned about with ASMR. And so it's like triggers, tingles. These are words. Keep in mind, you know, the goal is for me to try to come off as expert here, so I was doing my best.
Today, I'm going to share with you about my travels to New Zealand.
I should have gone closer to the mics for more of a binaural experience.
Island.
So the hair brushing begins.
Holding you in suspense there. Let me take out my travel journal and share with you.
So real quick, this is the travel journal. I did not anticipate using that on set at the time. I literally brought it so that I had notes because I was like, oh, I should have like an idea of what to talk about, otherwise I didn't know what I would talk about. So I kind of like wrote some notes about, I was like, oh, I should just talk about New Zealand. But I wasn't planning on actually using it as a prop, so that was a cool turn of events.
I went sandboarding for the first time and it was awesome. Then I went to Lake Taupo.
I'm really sorry about this to everyone who lives in New Zealand. I know it is Lake Taupo now. At the time, I thought it was Taupo. When I was in New Zealand, no one corrected me, okay? But I also didn't say it much, just read it. There were a lot of comments in this video saying that I pronounced it wrong, so I apologized. But I did recreate this video, by the way, on my channel, and I said it right. And it's also a more extended version of my trip, so plug for that video if you want to see it.
And there I saw fireworks. Then I went to Wellington, which,
By the way, for that fireworks, I did want to use pop rocks, but we were actually told that you already used certain triggers, like certain props, so they kind of wanted us to use different props to make things different. So I didn't use pop rocks because Grace had already used it. I didn't know it was Grace, I just knew it had been used already. So I was like, since I was the third person to go, I had like certain props left to choose from. It's the most south part of the North Island. But I had a fantastic time. So many adventures. Now, what type of traveling gives you the tingles? This prop here at the end. I was like, I don't know how to end this, and the slime might be a weird way to end it because it's not really like something I think of when it comes to tingles. I would think of something like a sparkly almost prop, but I was like, this is what I got left. Just touch some slime here. Thank you for joining me. Flutters away. I was trying to be so quiet that whole time because, again, like, I knew how sensitive the mics were because we got to go in before and like test it out a little bit, test out the mics, and we didn't get to wear headphones when we were doing it. So when I got headphones for the split second of testing it beforehand, and I was like, oh my goodness, this can hear me breathe. Like, I was like so afraid. I was like, I hope I don't like burp or fart. Like, that'd be awkward. I wonder if they would have edited that out. I did. Because we were all only given like 3 minutes to perform.
I loved that.
Yeah.
I was so into that. Why? What do you think? What do you think?
I'm torn.
I felt like I was on the scene with her. Like it felt very real, almost as if like she was my girlfriend. You know, like
That escalated
next to
quickly.
me in the bed or something. You know, like telling me like an interesting story.
That is true.
But also, yeah, that's just maybe I'm lonely and sad.
It's funny because I've never done it before, but thought it'd be fun to try, and maybe I'll be the expert. Who knows?
Who knows?
I felt like with those like flutters that she was doing with her fingers, that felt so like she's practiced that before.
Obviously, I did not own the flutter thing.
I know, but I'm torn though. I enjoy the storytelling aspect, but I didn't feel as like tingly as I did at the first one. Like it's more like a body sensation, like a body high.
Based on performance 1, 2, and 3, where your head.
I mean, Grace did like a fantastic job of really knowing how to use the binaural parts of the mic. Obviously, she's the expert, and I did not know, like, I needed to get much closer to the mics.
Okay, I think we're both in agreement that the second one is probably the fraud.
The second one was just, they were just hungry. That's all it was.
Yeah, which I can relate
I was
to,
hungry
you
too,
know?
by the
I'm
way.
always hungry. I feel like I'm on the fence, but are you ready to meet the performers?
I don't even know what to think, but yes, let's
Okay.
do it.
Performers, come on in and then face our host.
So I'm just realizing here that she is shocked. She was like, oh, Truck's a dude. Like, it's kind of funny.
I'm already shocked.
Well, number one, I really liked your performance. There were only certain moments that I was like kind of doubting if you were the expert or not.
Okay.
If I had to take a guess, I would say that you're the amateur. So that's what I'm gonna guess.
The whole time I felt tingles all up my body, and so that's why I gave you the expert.
Yeah.
I lived vicariously through you. My stomach started rumbling a little bit, but I would have to say that you are the fraud.
My guess is you're also a fraud.
Poor Truck.
Yeah.
3, raise your hand.
Hello.
Last one in the room here.
Literally, though, like, they're like, performer 3, raise your hand. They're already the 2 other people had already given their, like, you know, they already gave feedback for the first 2, so I was like, all right, okay.
I think for me, when I think of ASMR, I think of something more intense in terms of like the sound. So that's what I got from Grace. but
Kinda
yours is
true.
more soothing and gentle. So that's why I gave you amateur.
I actually really loved yours. I would have to give
Gosh. The little faces at the bottom here, hilarious. Like, we didn't pose for those faces. So they just must have done little screen grabs. The face they did for me. I can't even. This looks weird if I try to do it. Like, everyone else's face looks normal and I'm just like...
expert.
Cool.
On the count of 3, reveal your true skill level. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Word.
The fraud.
The fraud for sure. I got duped for sure.
Oh god, I
Say
was
I'm
laughing
honored
way too
by
much
the
there.
thoughts of you guys. I'm glad I could pull off expert.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Honestly,
speak
my goal was
properly
to
either.
like hopefully just not be seen as a fraud. It's good to know that that there is hope and chance for me to be an ASM artist.
How long have
And thus, an ASMR creator was born.
you been doing ASMR for?
For closer to 3 years now.
Wow. Wow. I was
Which means 5 now.
great.
Wait, seriously?
They both guessed fraud, sadly, but that was really fun. I really enjoyed that.
It was really interesting to be able to see the dynamic between the two and hear feedback because ASMR isn't just black and white. So I really enjoyed being able to hear their perspectives and triggers, so to speak, that they both enjoyed.
Grace is so well spoken, like, snaps. Also, Truck, like, I feel for you, dude. I feel.
This is so much fun.
That actually sounds pretty good. They're using my brush.
Thank you so much to our ASMR artists, and thank you to our sponsor.
Thank you,
As you know,
Evan.
we rely on sponsors to create this amazing content, so I want to tell you about Raid.
Okay, we don't need to listen to that. We don't really need to listen to the sponsor part. When we were done performing and stuff, we all kind of like properly met each other and stuff, and there were times we met each other in like the waiting room and we're chatting, and they're both just such lovely people, and like, I don't know, this was all just really fun. It was just really fun to do, so I feel like they had just as much fun as I did, and I hope so. I mean, the whole crew in Jubilee were just like awesome. They were super accommodating. They were super nice to us on set. I also have another video I made on like how I got on Jubilee and what that experience was like. So if you really want to like learn all about that, then definitely check out that video. But pow, I'm gonna put it at the end of this video and in my description box. But yeah, so that was crazy. Yeah, I haven't seen this video in a long time, so it was cool to watch it and react to it. And what else? What else do we want to do here? Let's read some more comments. Someone wrote, if you look it up now, the fraud has a channel. It's called Sharon Shares ASMR. One thing that was pretty wild that I didn't expect was people to like comment back on this video, telling other people I have a channel. Like, that was really cool. Replies to it. It's funny because oh, it was nice. Someone said I have a truly perfect voice for ASMR. That was very nice. Oh yeah, there were some people who'd watched this video later after I started my channel, and I think they wrote in the comments like, this girl's not a fraud, she already has a channel. But I created that channel after this video came out. In fact, when this video came out, I was on vacation somewhere, so I had to wait till I even got back home before I could create this channel. And it's funny too, because then you have people like this. Someone goes, I watch ASMR all the time. I definitely think Sharon could be an ASMR artist. And that was written yesterday. Should I like comment back and be like, I am Carissa Ryan Show? I think so too. Wink. Do I feel like sending it? I'm not gonna send it. I'm not gonna send it. That just feels too like, okay, Sharon. Some people are saying that they wish the judges knew what ASMR was, but like before, the judges they picked already liked ASMR, but I think that would have been a conflict of interest in case they might have recognized Grace's voice or something. Oh. It's so nice to see people are still commenting on this video, even like to this day. That's kind of nuts. Like, someone said, I love Grace. She was so kind and sweet and did an excellent job. She really was. Also, there were a lot of people, I can't find these comments now, but I remember there were a lot of people rooting for Truck 2. Like, even in this video, which I think has a lot of people not in the ASMR community that watched it, a lot of them were, you know, it's very positive. Like, that's what I love about the ASMR community is like 99% of comments are super positive. Good times, good times. The good old days. Oh, well, yay. It was so nice to revisit this video. And if you haven't seen it, I guess you have now, but if you want to see it without my reaction, I also have it back in the description link below. Maybe you can leave a comment there. Tell people I have a channel now. Thanks for watching. This is my first reaction video too, I think. Yeah, cool. So, if you like this sort of thing, let me know. Maybe I'll do some other reaction stuff. Otherwise, I hope you have a relaxing rest of your day and flutters away.